Chuck, thanks for joining us here today on Coffee Talk.
Good morning, Kevin. Nice to be back.
Good morning. Well, today is midweek for the week that we all love in the village. You know, the air term's a little crisp, although this year is not that case.
No, certainly not today.
But it is September, and it's always one of my favorite times of year for lots of reasons. But this is uniquely Port Jeff, the Village Cup Regatta, now in its 14th year, raising hundreds of thousands of dollars, hoping to break $1 million in this 14th year. Tell us what's going on. We want to get this out right away so people that can participate and donate can be there and or watch.
Right. Well, Kevin, we're actually really looking forward to it this year. You know, it's a year that we actually have a change in administration. We have a new mayor who's enthusiastic about it. The village has always been enthusiastic about this event, as the club is. We are hoping, I mean, it was a high goal we set to see if we can actually break the $1 million. We're at $856,000.
I think you could do it.
Yeah, well, we're hoping so. And we're excited. You know, we have 26 boats right now. We have close to 100 guests that are going to be on those boats. And we think the weather's going to hold out, and it's going to be a great day.
So let's describe the day. 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning, we have the parade of boats, correct? Just walk
11.
us through what the day looks like.
Well, for us, we get down at about 9 o'clock. We meet all of our teammates. Photographs are taken. We get out onto the boats at about 10 o'clock.
Okay.
The boats head out by the stacks, waiting for the 11 o'clock ferry to back out and leave. And as that ferry is leaving, the cannon goes off. We begin our parade. The parade's about a 2-mile-long parade. All the boats are dressed. We come down to the Brookhaven slips, make a sharp left, follow it over to the yacht club. And at the town docks, we have a lone bagpiper who's playing Amazing Grace. And this is a memorial parade of boats to remember all those who have fallen to pancreatic cancer. After the parade, the boats all go back to their moorings. We provide all of our guests a lunch, and then we go out into the Sound. 1 o'clock starts the race. Hopefully we're all back by 3:30, and then the skipper's reception starts at 4 o'clock.
Perfect. So I should mention people can literally view the parade of boats if they go to the end of what is known as the Seawolf dock there. You know,
Yes.
the Seawolf boat is there, and it's wonderful because you have the bagpiper there, and you can view every single boat really, really up close. The actual race out in the Sound, how many miles is that? Or put it in sea terms if you'd like.
Well, it's really wind dependent. So depending on just how strong the wind is, what we try to do is establish a race that's going to take about an hour and a half to complete. And if we have a very light wind, then we have, you know, a short race that might only be 1.5 miles, might be 2 miles. If we have a good wind, then the race could be 4.5 miles or 5 miles.
Okay, that makes sense. There's some computerized ways that we track this, correct? It's pretty sophisticated, right, the way you track the winner. There's a boat or two out there that is not only seeking, but is there also some time clocks? Or
Yes, we have a committee boat.
Right.
And we had the same committee boat pretty much just about all 14 years. And the boat is Skoll. And Alan Johnson from our club has been very gracious in using his boat. And on that, we have the clocks, we have the timers, we have the shotgun with the, you know, that marks the start and the finish of the races. So sure.
Yeah. So I've been out on this twice myself, and I'll describe two of my experiences. One was fantastic. I was actually helping with the actual moving of the sails. I understand you don't have to. You could be on a boat and you can just enjoy yourself and be eating grapes and drinking wine and having fun, or you can get involved. I was involved that year, and then there was one year where the weather, I don't think it was actually called off. It might have been called off early, but I remember being literally sideways, you know, my nose touching the water, and that was actually kind of exciting.
Yeah.
And I know sometimes you have called it due to weather.
We've called it, I think, twice.
Twice, I believe so.
Yeah.
Might have been the year I actually called it, but we were out there.
Right. Well, we
like
were all
2018
out, and we realized that it was just too,
Right.
you know, the waves were too big, the wind was too strong, and we decided to call it. But I think that was the year that we all came into the harbor, and it was quite a sight because we had 28 boats all sailing in the harbor at the same time. So the race didn't take place, but the sail did.
Right. Very exciting. So we should mention this is a competition between Mather and the village of Port Jefferson, equal in terms of the numbers or thereabouts, very close. Come back to a beautiful reception right at the village center. Food provided by, which we'll mention some sponsors later, but the Curry Club is providing the food graciously. And then announcements are made, people gather, and it's a great time. And then, of course, during that period, the winner is announced, and I understand the big trophy. Last went to
Mather.
It went to Mather. So
Yes.
it's sitting in somebody's office at Mather Hospital.
We have it back at the club now in anticipation of this year's.
Right. So
Yeah.
the exciting thing is the winning team gets to take this huge picture with the trophy, and it goes back and forth. Hopefully, it goes back and forth, and it's not too one-sided. Yeah, it's
Right,
fantastic. Any special guest expected this year?
Ralph Macchio is going to make it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
didn't think he could make it, but he called us and said he's going to be there. He and his wife.
Oh, that's
Phyllis.
fantastic. Yeah, because he's busy with his filming schedule, so that's great. It's always good to see him. He totally supports this, and his wife works in palliative care.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great. Let's mention some sponsors that make it possible. I'm just going to scroll through this with you.
Sure.
So there we go with the goals. I'll just hold this mic here. 144 would bring us to 1 million, 144,000. Not impossible at all. Hey, there's us last year. Thanks for coming back.
Thanks for having me.
There's some of our big sponsors. Why don't you mention them?
Well, of course, we have the Curry Club at Cigar and the Meadow Club, who combined are providing all of the food. They provided it last year. The food's great. Enterprise Asphalt Paving, that's actually a club member, and they now have been a fleet sponsor, which is a $10,000 level. Oh, I think it's about 10 years. The Ike, Molly, and Stephen Elias Foundation, they've been fleet sponsors probably for about 12. And Jody and John Arnhold have been fleet sponsors since the year we started.
Wow.
This is their 14th year.
Huge commitment. There's our friends at Northwell Health and King O'Rourke, which are at the Admiral sponsorship level, I believe.
That's 5,000.
Yeah, fantastic. Good friend Jeff at Intelitech.
Yeah.
Oh, this is fantastic. Donna Diana doing something special. Mackenzie, right?
Yes.
are they
Yes.
doing?
Very special. And in fact, their name should be moved up to the fleet level.
We'll get them there.
So they were a very interesting story. They had joined our club, or Diane had joined our club as a small boat member. She had a paddleboard. And from there, she
remember
went to getting a small boat and then another boat, met Don. They fell in love. They fell in love with sailing. And in the end, sold their house, sold their business, had a boat made in Hong Kong, a 46-foot custom Hylas sailboat, and have been sailing the world ever since. And they've always supported this event. And this year, they are offering a 1-week vacation on their boat. And they'll either start in Puerto Rico or the Virgin Islands, and it's up to whoever wins. And it'll be for a week. They'll be the captain. They'll be the chef.
This is incredible.
Yeah, yeah.
This is a dream come true.
And you're going to go with somebody who knows the waters, and then they'll sail as much or as little as you would like. So it's an incredible opportunity.
Do you know how many people are able to join them on the boat?
2.
Okay, perfect.
2. And we're really, the way it looks, we're going to be selling maybe 50 or 60 tickets. So the odds of winning are tremendous. You know, it's the value, if you wanted to go to one of the companies that charter boats, would be a little over $15,000. So it's
Easily.
It's a great opportunity.
Great opportunity. So we should mention that day, which is Saturday. This Saturday, September 9th. People can participate by coming to the reception, correct? They can buy at the door.
Yes.
Possibly. I do think it will sell out. And they can participate in the raffle, and they can donate to the cause on the website,
Right.
which is most important here.
That's right.
And that's the last thing I want to talk to you about, where this money is used, why it's used, and what really is the goal of doing this year after year.
Right. Well, we give half the money to Mather's Palliative Medicine, and the other half goes to the Lustgarten Foundation. That's the largest private foundation in the world.
Excellent.
That is dedicated solely to try to find a cure for pancreatic cancer. Pancreatic cancer at the moment doesn't have very good treatments, and it has a very low survivability rate. And in the next year or two, it's going to become our number 2 cause of death by cancer. So, you know, we've been with Lustgarten for quite some
challenge.
time, and I think everybody's lost people with pancreatic cancer. The club's lost 2 past Commodores, a past recording secretary. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's for a great
challenge,
cause.
and it is a great cause, and I'm so proud of this community for keeping it up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. I want to get this out right away. I want people to
Okay.
participate in any way they see fit. Again, I believe the competitor boats are all lined up and
Yes.
all done. So participate any other way, and we all appreciate you supporting this great event this Saturday, September 9th at the Village Center and out, of course, in the harbor and, of course, out in the Sound. We're very, very lucky to have this. Thank you, Chuck.
Thank you, Kevin, for having me.
Good seeing you.
Good seeing you.